Yo, what's going on, guys? You can't see me, but today I'm gonna be doing a video, just reflecting on the year. I want to talk about, just get a little personal, have this like something that I could look back on a year from now. It's currently December. It's a Monday. It's about 7 p.m. What day is it today? Today is December 22nd, 2025. Yeah. Whoa. It's freezing. My arm hurts really bad. My hand, it hurts really bad. I don't know why, but it does. But we're gonna go wash my car, my 8.6, because it's pretty dirty, and I need to wash it. And also, it's gonna rain too. It's gonna rain in the Bay Area in a couple days, it says, like in the San Jose area. But I don't even know if it's gonna rain, so I'm just gonna say just wash my car, Oh, for some reason, dude, I love going out. I love going out at night. I don't know why. I'm such a night owl. Might get a boba after I wash my car. Maybe. I don't know. I just wanted to talk about, how things have been for me in this past year, 2025. Going to 2026. I think in a couple. I think next week maybe. I think next week might be the last week of this whole year, which is insane. It literally went by so fast. My opinion, it went by so fast. Like, I remember being back in February of this year. Like, what? I don't know. It went by so fast to me. I don't know if anybody feels the same way, but it did. But I just want to talk about some things that that happened, that I went through, that things that I'm grateful for. And honestly, this year was a pretty good year to me. This is an awesome year. This year has taught me a lot of things, really. I feel like this year taught me a lot of things about myself and about life and adulting. I just turned 21 this year. On October I turned 21, so I'm like still kind of fresh meat. I don't know. But yeah, this year's taught me a lot about myself, about things. This year was my first year going to adulthood, I guess you could say. So it was pretty interesting. But I'm honestly glad for it. A lot of good things happened. A lot of bad things happened. I got my 8.6. It was super huge for me. Oh shit, man! And there goes my camera. I got my 8.6, as you guys can tell. That's the biggest thing I got, was my 8.6. That's the biggest thing. I learned a lot about life and, money and just responsibilities and adulting. I can't really think about it that much, but there are a lot of things that happened this year that I really loved. My car was just one of them, and just learning about so much things. But also a lot of bad stuff happened too, a lot of lows. And I'm honestly glad for the lows. The lows is something that, it's going to happen to everybody. At least every day, there's at least one low. Everything was just an experience really this year, and I learned a lot from it. And all the bad stuff that happened this year, I've learned from too. And I still wish that whatever happened didn't happen, but I'm glad it did, because it taught me a lot about myself and about with like relationships and people and money. It's just all. Everything around life, I guess you could say, is that I learned a lot from it, and it's taught me a lot too. I feel like at the beginning of this year I was a little less kind of misguided, I guess you could say, like didn't really know what to do, and and it's a lot of downs and ups. One of the downs was going to one of my jobs I've had this year was I hated that job. That job was horrible. I hated it so much, and I really told myself I wanted to find something different, and I did. That was really one of the good things about this year, which was my mechanic job. Like, I really hated my other job. That was really the worst. I regretted a lot of things. I regretted leaving my other job for my other job that I really hated. But everything happens for a reason. Just remember that. Everything happens for a reason. We have to every day is a hustle. I'm just somebody that has been out of high school for like 3 years, I think. I graduated in 2022, so 23, 24. Yeah, I've been out of high school for 3 years. I think this year marked 3 years. I graduated in June of 2022. So I'm pretty sure my camera might fall. Holy shit. My camera might fall. was about to fall if I didn't have it. Oh. Ah, bumpy. One thing I do for sure want to do next year is I wanna do more YouTube. I want to do more of my content, more of my TikTok, because one of my dreams is doing like YouTube and social media, and like it's been my dream ever since I was a little kid. Like I dead ass, I swear. When I was little, it was just YouTube though. It was just YouTube. It wasn't really TikTok, Instagram, Twitch. It wasn't really like live streaming wasn't as big as it is now. So for me, I still really want to do YouTube. I've been wanting to do this since I can remember, since I was really little. And then I feel like this year I didn't really take it serious enough. I didn't take my YouTube serious. I didn't take TikTok serious. I didn't want to take what I wanted to do serious, you know. And I love enjoying this. I love recording videos, you know, and just like memories, things that I could look back on too. You know, one thing about me that I've learned this year, like I'm such a big nostalgic person. You know? I love nostalgia. You know, I love that, you know. I love that. That's one thing I want to do is, you know, record more, you know, about my life, and, you know, do more things, you know, be more spontaneous. One thing that is a struggle that I've learned is I need to be more out there, you know. One thing about me is I'm really quiet, I guess you could say. I'm really like, I don't know how to talk very well, especially in front of the camera, and to recording out in public. But next year, I want to change that for sure. At the beginning of this year, I didn't want to do anything. I was like, oh, I want to do this because of that, you know. I was thinking too much, you know. Like I was really swollen in my head, and like I really learned that this year was just something that like I can't really care, because you know there's no really room for that, you know. There's no room to care, you know. Life is gonna, if my camera fall again, you know, life's always gonna keep going and it's up to us, you know, since we're young and stuff. That I'm pretty sure somebody out there who relates to what I'm saying and I'm speaking, you know. Like this year was a big eye opener. It really was. I wanna be able to, you know, do what I love, you know. And I love recording videos. I love, you know, my card. I love a bunch of weird stuff, you know. I love whatever, you know. And this is my space, you know. I do want to focus more on myself, on my personal brand, on my YouTube. I love doing cars. I still want to do car content, but for car content, I feel like it's pretty like, what's that word? It's pretty hard, you know, because you have to figure out an idea for a video. Oh, what the hell? Look, dude, what? No way. Anyways, but it's gonna be hard to come up with an idea, I feel like, and I'm gonna have to spend money. And I don't really have a lot of money right now. A lot of things that I want to buy in my life, you know, that I'm trying to figure out. So, and the car content I won't have anything new for my car until like May of next year or something like that, around there. You know, there's a lot of things that I want to pay, I want to buy for myself, you know, and I wish I could mod my car. I really wish I could mod my 8.6, but I can't for a little bit. So I want to buy a GoPro, I want to buy a PC. I want to start streaming next year. That's one of the goals for me. I want to start streaming. I love playing games, dude. Playing games is awesome to me. I play Marvel Rivals. I play, you know, Resident Evil. I play some of that. There's a lot of things I want to try next year, you know. I've been noticing that, you know, like, time is gonna go by fast. Like I said earlier, this year went by so freaking quick, dude. It went by so quick, and I feel like I could have done a lot more stuff. Next year I turn 22. One of my goals for next year is to move out by 22. I want to move out by 22. I want to make it happen really bad, you know. Moving out to me it's a really big thing. Yeah, I want to move out one day on my own. I want to move to LA. I love LA because like all the influence, all the people who, you know, who create content or who do social media move in LA. No, it's not that. Kind of is because of that, but also I really love LA. You know, LA is kind of like a second home to me. I've been visiting LA since I was really little. I've gone to LA at least 1 year in my life, and yeah, LA is really something I really want to go to. It's nice over there. It's hot. I love the heat weather. We're at the car wash actually. I'm gonna wash my car. Hopefully my camera has enough battery for this. My car is super dirty, bro. Look how dirty my car is. What the hell? Alright, we're gonna wash it. It's gonna look all clean, brand new. I can't wait to wash this. I should probably back up, but it's all good. It doesn't look so look how dirty it is, bro. I haven't washed this thing in a minute. It might rain, but who cares, right? So let's watch it real quick. Look at this doing that. The car's all clean now, bro. Can't wait. Now, all we're gonna do is just dry the car off. It looks clean as it is already, but I hate drying the car because it's somewhat a time-consuming process, but it's all good. And also, too, I'm wearing a shirt. It's not even cold in the Bay Area. It's crazy. 2 weeks ago, it was so cold in the Bay Area. Like, it was so freezing, and I hate the cold. It was so bad. But it's not even cold anymore, which is insane. It's been like, this past week has been super, this past week has been super like, super chill, not even cold. So it's, I don't know, it's just pretty weird weather. But this is the car after the wash. It looks so beautiful, bro. It looks so awesome. The tail lights make it pop out so much more. Like it's beautiful, bro. It's really sick. It's a sick car. It's like, this is like, I'm so happy with this car, bro. If any car I would have in the future, bro, this was a car that I keep for sure. It's really cool. After a wash, it makes anything possible, bro. It really does. Woo! This is scary. Let's go this way. Let's turn to Yui. Bust the Yui, chat. Hold on, chat. Ah! Oh shit. Yo, I hate when the floor is slippery. I hate when the floor is slippery, right? And then you can't even you can't clutch in because your foot just slips off the clutch. But anyways, we're gonna go get a boba and then go back home, and that should be it. Hopefully you guys like that little montage that I did, a little background music, whatever. I've been trying to really think about what type of videos I want to create and post, like have a vision kinda before I start recording, just so I see what I can do, you know. I feel like that's a good way to build a stronger creative mind, I feel like, because I love doing this. The more I do it, the more awesome it is for me to do it. But anyways, so like I was saying, what this year has taught me as a person, it's taught me a lot about myself. And then one thing too, this year has taught me a lot about is about sacrifices. Sacrifices is something that has to happen, regardless in life. I've learned that with sacrifices, you know, you can sacrifice a lot and you won't get nothing out of it. And there's those type of sacrifices where you sacrifice some things and then you get something even better, or a value of what that in return. And you know, God always makes everything happen for a reason, you know, chat. So don't forget that, you know, God always makes everything happen for a reason. I feel like the beginning of this year, I should say, I wasn't who I am today, right now, you know. So I feel like I've matured a lot, and about just things all around me. I see everything on a different look. Everything what we have today, it won't be like this 1 month from now, or 2 months from now, or a year from now, you know. Anything's unexpected, you know. God makes things happen unexpectedly, for the right reasons. Sometimes we don't understand those reasons. That's okay, you know. I know one thing for sure that I don't want to do next year. I don't want to keep bedrotting or doom scrolling, because sometimes when I'm a little lazy, I like to doom scroll my phone, just not even think about stuff sometimes, you know. Woo! I'm a big believer in You know, I feel like God puts these ideas in our dreams and our goals in our heads for a reason, and we have to do our part as well. You know, we have to make sure we do our own part so God could do His part. And I'm a big believer that God shows us these goals that we have for ourselves, to motivate us and push us to where we want to be. We can't just lay down and wait for it to happen, because reality, it's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen with us just brain rotting and bed rotting, and then you know, brain rotting. What the hell did I just say? Did I just say brain rotting? Yeah, one thing I do want to get better at is talking, for sure. Talking and just be able to talk a lot more. Because right now I'm kind of having a hard time talking and just figuring out what to say, because I know what I'm gonna say, but as soon as I start talking, I just forget it. So I'm just like, oh dude, watch, I'm gonna cut so much stuff out this video. Basically it from what I learned this year. Yeah, I learned a lot this year, a lot of ups and downs, but it was awesome. You know, I'm grateful for every single part of it. Next year is gonna be a good year for sure. I can't wait. I can't wait for 2026. It's gonna be a good year. Whoever's watching this video, you have to lock in, man. You have to lock in. Time's always gonna keep rolling. So some of my goals for next year, like I said earlier, was obviously record more, and post more videos on TikTok, and just basically pull out the camera whenever something's cool happening, you know. And I want to go on more more adventures, you know, whether it's by myself or with my friends. I just want to go on things, you know, do stuff. I think I saw on TikTok, and it was like, why do you wait for the weekends to do something? You know, every day is a new day to do something. It doesn't matter if you work or this and that, you know. If you want to experience new things, you have to do it every day, because every day is a new experience. Something like that. I saw that. I was like, oh damn, that's such a good way to put it. Like, I low-key want to do that. So I think I'm gonna do that. I want to stream, bro. I really do want to stream. I want to stream really bad, and I want to record gameplay. I said those two things earlier, but I'm just saying again, just why not? Alright guys, so I'm back. I got my boba right here. I don't know what it's called. I got like a random drink. I wanted to try something different. I got my drink. That's basically it for this video. I'm gonna go home right now, play some games with my friends. Like I said, I might record later, but I'm not too sure. Maybe me filming my game, but I don't know if you guys want to see that. Hope you guys like this video. I hope I made sense. Hopefully I did. I don't know how well I did in this video, but I'm trying to get better with recording my videos really bad, and I'm trying to get better recording in public. So, you know. So yeah, guys, that's basically it. I hope you guys like this video of me just yapping about, you know, the future and about life or whatever. But stay tuned for my next video. It's gonna be a fun video, I think. I'm gonna do it for sure, because it's a good video plan. But guys, that's pretty much it. Like, comment, follow me on my socials, and I'll talk to you guys in the next one. Peace.